We are going to make something a little bit different today. It's just my opinion on what's going to happen because Bitcoin was in this wedge. I think I'll show you easier on the chart here. In fact, my chart's horrific. So this wedge here, so we're going in an ascending channel, going upwards, and now we've broken down. So I believe over the next couple of weeks, we are going to find a cycle low and then we're going to fly higher. But this dip is going to be very hard to buy. It's going to seem like it's all over, but it is going to correct, I think, quite significantly Bitcoin, and then it will be time to buy at that point in time. We'll need to have tight stop losses, don't get me wrong, just in case it is all over, and then it could be go time, especially with rate cuts hopefully around the corner. However, it doesn't look like there's going to be an altcoin season, and I'm actually going to show you over in the Twitter right now. Are we getting flushed out of greed? Yeah, we are. We're going back to neutral area today. And if we look over Twitter instantly, let's look at the immediate short term. Actually, I need to actually look at that just because I want to see where Bitcoin is headed in the immediate short term. So there's a lot more shorts. People are going short late. And yeah, a lot more shorts on the 7 day. What about the 30 day? This is interesting. It's sort of even possibly more longs. If we look at the bookmarks, crypto more F's after losing 85 mil. Money doesn't make you rich. Yes, it does, bruh. Yes, it does. BTC going to continue to diverge on any pullback. RSI currently lower than where price was at 94k. That is not looking good, bro. It is not looking good for Bitcoin at all. It just came to my attention that some of the Casper community missed Powell's May 15th speech, a critical event that stopped Casper's breakout in its tracks. You can see the same pause across total 3 altcoin market cap, therefore this is not a Casper specific issue. Every time research shows anything other than an imminent alt season, the basement dwelling trolls come out swinging with denial. Like in this post, push back against the bullish news only bias that overruns social media, because everybody wants to see bullish only news, but we could actually be going down, and we seem to be going down. It doesn't look good. I think Casper's getting smashed, you know. Casper is, I don't think they're going to allow this to pump, and at the end of the day, you've got to put your biases to a side. It may be the best currency in my opinion, but if it's not going to pump, it's just not going to pump. Yeah, that looks awful, bro. Where is the next support at like 8.8 cents? It depends if it can hold this, if it's just a retest and we go higher. Or it does look severely oversold on the daily. On the weekly it looks overbought. It does look like it wants to correct. Where are major supports? Like at 8 cents. 7.2. Maybe even 5. This is horrific. There's blood on the streets, bruh. Phantom just got social. You can follow friends, which is cool. Cool little update. Phantom's probably going to go up. The price is broken below micro support. This simplifies the chart. We can continue to focus on the unfolding correction. We're probably going down to this region here. Maybe even 100k. This is the hardest cycle ever. Congrats if you're still here, my friend. Print season is coming. It's always good news with Resistance Dog. Glad to see you returning home, Pavel. Because he said I'll be in Dubai for the first week of June. And Resistance Dog was actually pumping. If we look at Resistance, it's going to correct now. Because what is the point of it pumping in these harsh market conditions? But it did pump to about 10 cents and I made a bit of money on it. 64%. It's still doing okay. It may just pump on... I think that's why it's pumping. It's too much of a coincidence for him to post that. Very soon alts will activate. You will see the exact date of BTC DOM get rejected again. DOM will be 40% by the end of the year and these lines will go up a lot. You are in accumulation phase with slow wake up right now. Next week you will see break into the upside for altcoins. So we're at 24. What is altcoin season index saying? I forget how beneficial these videos are, because even when I look at these tweets, it's so beneficial just to open your mind up to a different scenario. 18. When it's around 13, it's arguably the best time to buy. 12, 13. So we're reaching that level again. I think we are going to reach it. They look like they're getting smashed, bruh. Gotta pay him, must stop Murad. Respect for grinding hard and not giving up. He's shilling this cult like SPX 6900. I'm never touching that with a bar pull. I asked AI what happens when Cas gets smart contracts. It said this: once they activate, Casper unlocks full DApp mitigation from Ethereum, Solana, and others. Builders will no longer just use Casper as a backend, they'll deploy directly onto it with parallel bot processing, 1 second finality, no MEV, ultra low energy use, and near zero fees. Casper becomes not just another layer 1 but a real-time scalable and fair execution layer. Top 5 incoming, market cap potential 50 bill to 200 bill depending on adoption. Casper won't just complement the industry, it might soon power it. That's madness. ChatGPT said that as well. Alt season is coming. Well, show me it, bro. They've been saying that for a year. I can only look at what's in front of me. And I think altcoins might actually go to the low that Benjamin Cohen was on about. I know it looks alright. It looks bullish there. But what if we go lower, man? June, July. That's what he's thinking. It is going to go higher. Who knows? Who the hell knows? Legend crypto trader turned 15k and $153 in 8 minutes from his bedroom.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever touched...
Bruh, don't be that guy. Have proper risk management, man.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever touched the mythical 1000x leverage?
Yeah.
Bullbit all the time. Fuck, I
yeah,
love
not
Bullbit
only
for
have I
that.
touched it, I've printed 7 figures off of it. And here's the thing. It was on... For me, it was on Bitcoin because Bitcoin didn't have that much volatility when I caught the bottom. And I think I got licked like a bunch of times. Obviously, you shouldn't use 1000x leverage. It's retarded. It's beyond minus CV. But that doesn't stop anyone. It's fun as fuck.
1,000. The guy's tapped. Sui surpasses 470 billion total token volume. It looks like such a dirt coin to me, Sui. I actually asked ChatGPT about it and I told them about my worries. They agreed. Final chart for the day. Higher. Much higher. We are seeing some volatility though over the next few days. You need to ensure that you can stay calm in these volatile as hell markets, man. Look at this, bruh. Bitcoin looks like it may go... 100k looks like support to me, man. But then again, it never does what you think it's going to do. The filing for a SUI ETF, it still looks like we're going to go a lot higher. Because gold went up when Bitcoin is in that ascending wedge. Even though people think it's going to break down, I just think it's going to carry on going up, to be honest. We all know how ascending wedges end. Flipping heck, he's out on about 3.8k. Wow. It's all a potential, man. You got to have all this on the table. It is a risk. Been stating for weeks, it's looking exhausted. The market is looking exhausted. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But these are not buying signals. Omikami uploaded. FUD.
No.
Wow. I ain't a paper hand. I ain't no paper hand. I've been holding. I've been holding.
He is the one.
It has survived, to be honest. I still need to see some price action, but yeah. Virtuals is pumping. The entire Virtuals ecosystem is on the verge of exploding and becoming a leader in Web3 AI. Damn. I've got a little bit on the Virtuals ecosystem. ETH looked like it broke out, but who knows? We are legit looking at the largest amount of sideline retail money in history. People are 100 miles off the sides here and praying we don't bull. We will. F their prayers.
On the weekly, stochastic is overbought a little bit. It's the best time to buy is on the weekly stochastic when it's oversold, when it's below the dotted lines. When it's above the dotted line, time still, Squeeze Mob is only starting to go green though. So that's good to see, but we are in the 4th to 5th final impulse. On the daily stochastic still heading up, Squeeze Mob is green. We're still pushing up, but this was a lower high. So that's something to be a little bit worried about. So just keep that in mind. Still looks like a little bit bull flag, still climbing up. On the 4-hourly, symmetrical triangle starting to form. 2 touches on the line there, you can see here. We need at least 2 touches to draw a line. We've got 2, maybe 4 here. And we have about a few here and 2 here, so it's about 6 touches on the line. So this is a symmetrical triangle. It's most likely a continuation pattern. So if we go to the base of the triangle, continuation.
Nah, he was wrong, bro. It broke down. It broke down. It broke down. And that was the most likely option, just because of how exhausted the market was. It broke down, bruh. I don't know if it can recover it. I genuinely don't know. So pumped for this Ethereum breakout. Looks like it wants to explode. It doesn't, man. It doesn't. You lot are too bullish. Brett chart. That could have just been a relief rally, man. Oof. People seeking safety in US Treasuries. Once people wake up to that, realize the US has a debt spiral, significant portion will enter Bitcoin and crypto. Believe in something. Imagine if this is what we're going to see. Holy moly. Citadel Securities profit jumped 70% in Q1. Citadel Securities. The fudge is that? Citadel. What is the ticker? I don't even know. Only enter the market when you have a set of rules defining when to take profits and when to cut losses. That's a big one, bruh. Massive. Massive, bruh. Cass, you are too late, sorry. That's mad. Imagine if it goes much higher. That's crazy. What is he showing here? What is he showing here? He's just drawing some stuff on a chart, man. It doesn't mean nothing. It actually doesn't mean nothing, you know. It's broke down from that, though. It's broke down from that. What do you say now? Chatting maccas, bruh. Been saying for over 2 years this cycle. Cass will hit $5. Best innovation in crypto. The innovation doesn't matter, bruh. It depends on what people want to buy. How does this make you feel? Global liquidity is going up, to be honest.
Years passing too quickly after 2020, you've noticed it too, haven't you? Years passing too quickly after 2020, you are not the only one. This is a level 7 civilian safety transmission. Broadcast approved. Listen very, very carefully. You felt it too. The strange silence in crowded places, the way sunlight feels colder now, the way every year since 2020 hasn't really felt real. That's because it isn't. The world ended in 2020. Not metaphorically. Not symbolically. Literally. This is not a drill. This is not a joke. The last verified date of stable existence was September 9th, 2020. After that, the timeline split. No one noticed, because you were not supposed to. What you call life now, this is a patchwork, a reconstruction, a backup environment built to simulate continuity, to keep you calm, to keep you asleep. You were not meant to live this long. You were scheduled for expiration, and now something is noticing. Every time you remember something from before, you fracture the copy. You make it weaker. That's why the things don't make sense. That's why your memories feel like dreams. That's why people repeat themselves. Because they're not people anymore. They're stabilization units. Their only job is to keep you from remembering that the world is gone. If you feel like you're being watched, you are. Because you're not supposed to hear this message. You've passed your runtime. Check the sky. Do you remember what shade of blue it used to be? You can't, can you? Because the system updated it. If you start to feel sick, dizzy, or confused after this video, that's the failsafe. You're not infected. You're waking up. If you make it past 3:33 a.m. without forgetting this message, look at your reflection and ask it a question only you would know the answer to. If it answers back too quickly, run. You've triggered a response, and they are coming to reset you. This isn't a theory. This is a memory leak. The world ended.
What? What is going on? Is this real? Claimed the world ended when lacks credible evidence. I mean, don't wake me, I'll still be enjoying every year. It didn't end, it's fractured, it's parallel. Been telling people we're all dead and living in a simulation now. Who makes these dumbasses exactly, bruh? So silly, bruh. Next week after 100k. Wow. They were sort of correct, 4 hour. Bro, I don't know. We're gonna have to see what goes on here.
Banks, the financial system, the government, and pretty much every wealthy institution on earth. If you pivot your skill set and your finances to take advantage of the shift, you could be like the guy that adopted the internet before the internet was popular. The first mover advantage is very rare, and you have a unique time where you could take advantage of that and break generational poverty if you do it right. Peep this, the Federal Reserve dropped something called FedNow, which is a research initiative to try to figure out if we can make a central bank digital currency or a US digital dollar of the future. It's not built on an exact blockchain, okay, but it's using distributed ledger technology, which is the same technology that built blockchain. So they still want to control it, but the technology itself is superior. It's not all about meme coins and 100x opportunities. The tech itself is superior, and it's so good that the Federal Reserve wants to use it. And see, the thing is, the Federal Reserve controls something called interest rate policy. This is basically the cost to borrow across all of the United States and across all the banks. Meaning, if you're going to take out a house, what's the cost of that loan? They control that. And by the way, the vast majority of our money is not physical. 89% of all global capital, okay, which is way bigger than the M2 money supply that people always talk about, the vast majority of everything is based off of credit coming from the Federal Reserve. As you guys know, probably the vast majority of your money is not in your pocket, right? It's probably in a bank account, a number in a bank account, which is a form of credit. So the Federal Reserve controls pretty much 89% of all of the liquidity, and they're trying to adopt distributed ledger technology. Pay attention. Now here's where it gets really crazy, okay? Going back to the 1300s, there's something called global reserve currency status, meaning the world adopts your currency of your country. Right now, that's USD. According to the data, on average, this only lasts about 100 years. And we only have about 2 decades before the United States loses their global reserve currency status according to this data. So what they're doing to fight this is they're creating a central bank digital currency to control this aspect so they don't lose their dominance over the world. As you can see right here, William C. Dudley, the former president of the Federal Reserve Bank, now works with Coinbase. Also, David over here works with Circle. And if you understand, Coinbase and Circle, they basically created something called USDC, which is a stable coin. So we have people from the Federal Reserve working for Coinbase and Circle, and then we have the flip side. It makes sense that Elon Musk now wants to implement Doge into our financial system because he's trying to do the same thing. Everybody's fighting to get blockchain inside of the government by some way, shape, or form so they can get a piece of the pie. And I'm telling you, you need to do the same thing. Pay attention.
Damn. That's madness. Kami says it first, Binance says it later. Signs everywhere. The future is bright, in God we trust. To the brave ones, the future is bright. That's mad. There's no way Omikami gets a Binance listing.
Father to buy a home. For you, 12 years. The average home buyer in 2007 was born in 1968. The average home buyer in 2024 was born in 1968. Let that sink in. If you just go to work, you will not be able to afford a home. You need to think outside the box. You need to look for assets that will grow tremendously in the next few years. Crypto movements, guilds, and communities that serve as a counter reaction to boomer negligence and AI uncertainty. 3 years.
Damn. This is looking like peak times, man. I didn't mean to do this to you guys. What if there is no alt season this time? What if? I cannot believe how easy Bitcoin is made making rich. Bruh, it's nasty work. I think actually we've got late live news drops currently. So Nvidia stock rises plus 4% after reporting record quarterly revenue. Flipping neck, Nvidia, please drop, bro. I'm trying to get in on that business, man. No way. It actually beat flipping expectation. It's pumping. Maybe it'll dump after. Dow futures are now down minus 200 points after asked Trump about the taco trade. Truly anything is possible in this market. You can't make this up. What do you say?
New term called the taco trade. They're saying Trump always chickens out on your tariff threats, and that's why markets are higher this week. What's your response to that?
I kick out?
Chicken out.
Oh, isn't that nice? Chicken out. I've never heard that. You mean because I reduced China from 145% that I set down to 100 and then down to another number? And I said you have to open up your whole country. And because I gave the European Union a 50% tax tariff, and they called up and they said, please, let's meet right now. Please, let's meet right now. And I said, okay, I'll give you till July 9. I actually asked them, I said, what's the date? Because they weren't willing to meet. And after I did what I did, they said, we'll meet anytime you want. And we have an end date of July 9th. You call that chickening out? Because we have $14 trillion now invested, committed to investing when Biden didn't have practically anything. This country was dying. You know, we have the hottest country anywhere in the world. I went to Saudi Arabia. The king told me. He said, you got the hottest we have the hottest country in the world right now. 6 months ago, this country was stone cold dead. We had a dead country. We had a country people didn't think it was going to survive, and you ask a nasty question like that. It's called negotiation. You set a number. And if you go down, you know, if I set a number at a ridiculous high number and I go down a little bit, you know, a little bit, they want me to hold that number, 145% tariff. Even I said, man, that really got up. You know how it got? Because of fentanyl and many other things, and you added it up. I said, where are we now? We're at 145%. I said, whoa, that's high. That's high. They were doing no business whatsoever, and they were having a lot of problems. We were very nice to China. I don't know if they're going to be nice to us, but we were very nice to China. And in many ways, I think we really helped China tremendously because, you know, they were having great difficulty because we were basically going cold turkey with China. We were doing no business because of the tariff, because it was so high. But I knew that. But don't ever say what you said. That's a nasty question. Go ahead. To me, that's the nastiest question.
That's mad. It's got to be scripted, bruh. It has to be. Nvidia reports earnings, revenue, EPS. How are they making so much money, man? Charts won't always give you answers, but they will tell a story. Learn to read it. Don't just look for signals. Look for structure, context, behavior. That's how you start seeing what others miss. Damn. What a time to be alive. If you sell your Bitcoin now, you are a little. That's what we're ending on.